Daily Antidote of song, folks, family, tribe, gorgeous beings from around the world. How wonderful to see you all today. As every day, let's give some love to our live stream folks. Welcome. Showing the fingers for the live stream folks, giving them a little wiggle, and sending some love to everybody here on the screen. Big love, Daily Antidote folks. So great to see you all again. And I hope you're enjoying spring. We have a wonderful spring here in the UK. Bluebells are out in the woods. All of that tumultuous rain we've been having for the last month has paid off in terms of the beauty of the wild garlic springing up, the bluebells springing up. And I know that'll be at different stages for all of you depending on where you are, but I hope you're enjoying this budding spring that's coming in. So yeah, welcome to the spring after what feels like a massive long winter. So yeah, we're here today with Brendan Taaffe, Brattleboro, Vermont, who I know is very well known to the Daily Antidote. So let's give Brendan a wave. Welcome, Brendan. We're looking forward to your song. And let's just welcome everybody in the room today. So welcome to Erin and thank you for all of your work in the costume shop. Let's send, before we continue actually, let's send a big thank you and lots of love to Carpe Diem Arts. Let's give it up for them. Thank you so much for keeping this wonderful show on the road. Thank you and love to our leader, Jojo, Tacoma Park. Wonderful to have you with us again as every day, there without fail with us. Trish in Victoria, welcome. Arlene in California, welcome. Deborah and Robert, hello, in KY. Sue Miller in Seattle, Caroline in DC, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK. Kathleen in Albuquerque, Amanda and Miles, Michigan, hi. Gary Pausner in Massachusetts, Laris in UK, Delhi, welcome. Hodder in BC, Harriet in Chicago, Susan in Ohio, Cricket in Maryland, Athena in Brooklyn, Bob out in Massachusetts. Welcome to all of you. Lynn Levine and Antonina, welcome. Bene, Antonina, I got it right the first time, I think. Bene, welcome. And Shari, welcome. Let me go to the second screen. Kathy in Colorado, hello. Aloysius in Massachusetts, welcome to you. Nancy in Washington State, the Curly Tops. Linda in Orcas Island, Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. Bob in Albany, New York. Sandy in North Carolina, LMG in Connecticut, Penny in Victoria, and last but not least, Marcia in Ontario. Welcome to all of you and welcome to people who are just coming in as well. I hope I got non-video participants today. I think I did. I think I had it all turned on. So welcome, here we are. And I'm going to hand straight over to Brendan. But before I do that, I'm going to announce once again our racial justice panel, which is coming up. It's coming up on Tuesday, the 30th of April. At 2 p.m. ET, so we can make it in the UK as well as in various different parts of the US and Canada, and hopefully people can tune in around the world as well if they're wanting to come. It's going to be a really, really rich discussion. I can already feel it, and it's so wonderful that the Daily Antidote and Carpe Diem Arts are supporting spaces where we can have these important discussions and talk about anti-racist work and share our hearts on everything that needs to be shared on this topic, in response to stimulus from the anti-racist journeys that the Daily are putting out every week. So please come and join us for that. Yes. So now, Brendan, we're handing over to you. How are you doing these days?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, it's a slightly chilly but beautifully sunny day here.
Wonderful. Nice. And please, just lead us in song. What is the song you're going to be bringing us today?
So I'm gonna sing a song called "Boss of Ashes," and it probably deserves. I'll give you more of the story after you've heard it, but just for a little bit of story, this is part of something I call the Beucolics Project, which is a collaboration with a poet in Kentucky named Maurice Manning. That's Maurice, as British people will be like, of course that's how you spell Morris, but Americans might be like, wow, weird. Anyhow, Maurice Manning. Morris wrote this incredible book of poetry called Beucolics in 2007, I think. and it's just this collection of poetry I'm in love with. It's a conversation between a field hand and a divine being who's known only as Boss throughout all 80 poems. And we hatched this plan to turn a bunch of them into songs. And every song is based on an archival field recording from the Appalachian Sound Archives, which are housed in Berea, Kentucky, at the college, at Berea College, where I had a research fellowship. And this particular melody comes from Addie Graham, who is an amazing singer from Eastern Kentucky, and comes from the Old Regular Baptist congregational tradition. And so it's kind of a floaty melody, and it's totally okay if you don't get my phrasing exactly. It's idiosyncratic. Let's admit that at the beginning. And but the way singing happens in an Old Regular Baptist meeting is that kind of everyone's doing their idiosyncratic phrasing at the same time. Your fancy term for that is parallel heterophony. And so we'll just try the song. I'll line out just the beginning to give you a little bit of a clue how we go. Oh, boss of ashes, boss of dust, you boss the breeze to make a gust. Above the chimney, floating high, then down to earth before my eyes. So there's the sense of the first verse. There are 4 verses. I'll meet you at the end. Oh, boss of ashes, boss of dust, you boss the breeze to make a gust. Above the chimney, floating high, then down to earth before my eyes. You wake the motes in a ray of sun. You make them curtsy one by one, and hold their breath as they wait in line, then take their place as I wish for mine. To music silent, how they move, and you are calling them to prove you bother boss with everything. You call it all to dance and sing. Now even me, I'll slap my shoe, I'll cut a rug, oh boss, for you, for bothering to line the score. Oh, bother me just a little more, for bothering to line the score. Oh, bother me just a little more.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Brendan. I love that. I was really kind of beguiled by the words and also the feeling of like, yeah, this hymnal feeling. And
Yeah.
I love that you call the divine the boss. Yeah, it just feels very personal but universal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the most. These are the most incredible texts I've ever worked with as an arranger and composer. And um, the original, the original poems are incredible. And then what's even more incredible is that Maurice, who's well accoladed, has no need to do anything. Like he's gotten a Guggenheim and I think a Pulitzer and
Wow.
plenty of prizes, right? And he's willing to rewrite his poems to my metrical specifications. Is
Oh,
the
wow.
Yeah? So I like say, okay, Morris, I want to pair this poem with this source song. In this instance, it's this song from Addie Graham called "The Indian Tribes of Tennessee," and uh, and we look at the metrical structure, and he rewrites the poem in the metrical structure of the source material, and then I change it, or I try and change the chords or the melody a little bit so it doesn't just sound like a different verse to an old song, but I want it to sound like a close cousin of this other thing.
Wow, how wonderful that you're really in collaboration about this then and really working with him. How old is he now, just out of interest? Is he is
Uh, he's early 60s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Maurice Manning, I'm gonna go and look him up after
Yeah.
this. Wonderful. And tell us a bit more about the project, Brenda, that this is part of, the Beucolics Project.
Yeah. So we've been working on this collaboration for I think 8 years, and very slowly. And it finally I've finished enough arrangements that in November we're going to actually record with a group of 6 to 8 singers. We're going to spend 3 days rehearsing, and then we're going to record all the arrangements. So I'm in the process of fundraising for that. If anyone happens to have some extra money, which I know not everyone does, but we're in the first phase of fundraising, soliciting large pledges. Because the full budget is $20,000, and so we're currently soliciting pledges of 500 and up to get to a like base to get to that first 10,000, and we've got a bunch of grant applications in. Um, and I've left some of the songs purposefully unfinished so that we kind of finish arranging them as a collaborative process with that group of musicians
Oh,
when it's time
yeah.
to record them.
Brilliant. So when did you say they were planned to be recorded?
Fingers crossed, fundraising going, if fundraising goes according to plan, November.
November. Great. So is there a place that people can visit if they want to know more about how to donate for the fundraising? Is there like a link or crowdfunder?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just contact me directly at
Yes.
the moment, and there will be, when we get closer to the time, there'll be a crowdfunder to get us over the top.
Oh, well, best of luck with that. It sounds like a wonderful project, and I can't wait to hear it. I mean, just this snippet was so, it gave me goosebumps. I think someone else said that as well. It's very, very beautiful. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What have you been up to?
Well, I have just been this last weekend been doing my first. I just got a national lottery grant to work with people of color, people of mixed heritage, and also white folks with embodied decolonization work. And I've just did my first weekend for people of mixed heritage this weekend just gone, which was just the very, very beautiful work. And we did it a lot. I think I'm going to call these healing song circles from now on because it just went very, very indigenous. A lot of healing was happening, a lot of kind of entering the pain and the challenge of being of mixed heritage and various difficult experiences people have had, and then going through and grieving that together, coming out into the light of the possibility and the gifts of being mixed heritage. So it was like, I felt so honored to lead that work and hold that work. And it was really Amazing. So it's lovely to be able to share it here. So thank you for asking. Yeah, it's a really great. Um,
Are you co-leading that? Who's your team?
well, I had two guest facilitators. I had an art practitioner who is a mixed heritage Indian and British woman, and she brought this beautiful making activity. So after all of the emotional, deep work, we made an art piece to represent our time there. So that was beautiful. I'm also having various guest leaders, like Leah Morris is coming to be part of one in September, and also you're Brendan, Bruce Ngube, who is a Zimbabwean voice leader, is coming to my one in June, which is going to be for all people of colour. So it's nice to be partnering with wonderful leaders as well for this work. Yeah.
Right. And I know you've told me when we've met in person, but your heritage, I think your father's from, is it Mauritius?
That's the one. Yeah, Mauritius. So I went there earlier this year and had a big ancestral homecoming, and there's Indian roots in there, various different African countries as well. So it's a lot of influences that come in the Mauritian. So yeah, it was wonderful. And then we were just saying just before the show, I went to Zimbabwe as well on my way back, and then that came from you going to Ghana. So I know I haven't spoken to you since then, so I'd love to know a little. I know you've probably shared a bit here, but how was Ghana for you? It just looked amazing, the footage that I saw.
It was amazing. It was great. And the best for me, the best moment, the best structural thing about it is that we designed it so that the tuition of international participants subsidized the participation of some Ghanaian singers. So we in the singing group we had uh, six Ghanaian singers, which was fabulous. And obviously, it was super helpful to lean on them rhythmically as we were learning the high life material. But one of the best moments uh, for me was we were in Kumasi, which is kind of the second major city after Accra. And we had been at the cultural center during the day taking dancing lessons, and we were back at our guest house that night, and the power went out, which was not super uncommon. And so I had been in my room kind of relaxing, and then the power went out, and then my little hostel room was unappealing in the dark. So I went outside, and the Ghanaians were all outside, just kind of hanging out, and we had been learning stuff. We'd been learning Ghanaian songs in this kind of structured way, like you do in
Mm,
a workshop. And then, but it was night, and the stars were out, and they just started singing in this very loose, informal way, and that was one of the that is why you travel so far for these little moments of not the scripted structural moments, but all of a sudden I'm in this very musical, incredible thing. So that was great. It's not without challenges.
yeah,
Uh, doing a group trip, the infrastructure was hard. It
yeah,
uh, got Accra to Kumasi, and again, these are like the two major cities of a relatively financially successful and stable West African country.
yeah.
I think it's 180 to 200 kilometers between those two cities,
Mm, right.
and
Yeah.
it's 7.5 hours.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
A long time.
Long
Mm.
time, and I was just like, I mean, this is like getting from, for our frame of reference, from New York to Philly, maybe.
Mm.
Like, you could do that on a train in 2 hours tops. It's like just the level, the mobility, the lack of infrastructure. Like that was challenging. We went to one of the slave castles on the coast. That was That was an intense day.
Yeah. Great that you went though, and you took people there. It's
Oh.
important, isn't it, to kind of see the whole picture of a place. Yeah.
I, I see in the chat that China, it is true that China is investing lots of money in road building throughout Africa, but unfortunately, those roads almost exclusively go from the airport to the Chinese area of interest, like, say, the diamond mines in Zimbabwe. Um, they aren't building ancillary roads. They're building roads so that they can extract resources.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that really struck me about Zim as well, the infrastructure and the lack of investment. Roads were just, it's incredibly difficult to get around, and stories of corruption, that people would take the money and the officials said they would build the roads and then they didn't. So yeah, that was part of my experience too. But it sounds like Ghana has a lot more in place, but still it's difficult.
Right.
Um,
Where in Zimbabwe did you go?
I went to Dombashava, which is very close to Harare,
Okay.
Mandere village. Very, very beautiful place. And so when you were saying your story, I had similar moments of snapshots that will forever be with me of the dancing in the village, ceremonial dancing, people just meeting, and the men dancing in particular. It was just like, wow, so touching to feel the spirit move in that way. It's just incredible. So yeah, very special to be in environments like that are so different for us. So thank you for sharing that, Brendan.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the time. I could talk to you for ages about this, and I'm just looking at the time, and I've just remembered it's Pauline's birthday. Happy birthday, Pauline. Happy birthday, Pauline. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Anyone who wants to sing Pauline happy birthday, please stay at the end and we will do a proper Daily Antidote birthday shebang. And I just want to say quickly, I don't have a website for my events yet. I'm building one currently. If you want to connect with me, please connect with me on Facebook, because I often write about my events and I would love to have some of the Daily Antidote family connect with me on Facebook. So if anyone can put that link in the chat to my profile, I would love people to connect with me there. And Brendan, you are going to sing us out with a different song, I believe.
This one's a little easier to follow along with. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. Bet you $5 he's a good dog too. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog you. So this is the structure for all the verses. Line repeats 3 times, and then that long "oh yeah" always happens in the same place. Sorry, tune because you care. Close enough. Blue treed a possum in a hollow log. Blue treed a possum in a hollow log. Blue treed a possum in a hollow log. That's how you know he's a damn good dog. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog you. We got that possum out on a limb. We got that possum out on a limb. Blue got that possum out on a limb. When he barked at it, the possum growled at him. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog you. Bake the possum up nice and brown. Bake the possum up nice and brown. Bake the possum up nice and brown. Laid them hoe cakes all around. Oh yeah, old Blue, you can have some too. When Blue Daddy died so hard, Blue Daddy died so hard. When Blue Daddy died so hard, shook the ground in my backyard. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog, you. I dug his grave with a silver spade. Dug his grave with a silver spade. Dug his grave with a silver spade. Lowered him down with a golden chain. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog, you. I had an old dog and his name was Blue. Had an old dog and his name was Blue. Had an old dog and his name was Blue. Bet you $5 he's a good dog too. Oh yeah, old Blue, you good dog, you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That was wonderful. Who wrote that song, Brendan?
Oh, that's old.
I thought it was. And yay, there's the dog. Oh, bless you. Remind us of this beauty's name.
This is Blue.
It's Blue. Oh, look at him, looking at us, giving us the side eye. Hello, Blue. Oh my God, he looks so cuddly. So cuddly.
He is a deep cuddler.
Oh, that's lovely that you could sing it directly to him. That's cool. Oh,
Yeah, he loves music. When people are over and we're playing tunes, he likes to just sit in the middle of the circle and be a part of it.
nice. Oh, well, we're sending you both a lot of love. Thank you so much, Brendan, for both of those songs. Great to chat with you. Can we send some love through the screen to Brendan and Blue and his paws? Can you show his little collary thing as well? Can they see his collar, his little neckerchief? It's very cool. Stylish as well. Oh, very good. It's a good colour for him. It works.
Ironically, a blue handkerchief doesn't work as well.
Not his colouring, I would say. Yeah, well, wonderful to see you, Brendan. Thank you so much for being with us. Can we wave Brendan and Blue? Well, they're going to stay, I think, hopefully for the birthday bit maybe, but we'll say a big, big thank you to you all. So yeah, just a reminder, stay for Pauline's birthday shenanigans if you would like to and you have something you'd like to offer. Wonderful to see you all again. As usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Can we say goodbye to our live streamers? We love you. Thank you for joining us. And let's say goodbye to everybody in the room. So thank you once again to Brendan and Blue. Goodbye to you. Phil, Pauline, William, UK Birthday House. We'll be seeing you again in a minute. Arlene and her beautiful dog in California. Deborah and Robert in Kentucky. I've remembered what KY is now. Sue in Seattle. Goodbye. Caroline in DC. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Laris in the UK. Hodder in BC, Susan in Ohio, Jojo in Tacoma Park, bye for now, Cricket in Maryland, Penny in Victoria, Bob in Albany, Athena in Brooklyn, Antonina in Santa Cruz, Mabel and One Bear, hello and goodbye Mabel, Benet in Berkeley, California, Erin in the costume shop, thank you as ever for your tech work, Deli in Maryland, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, blessings to all of you wonderful people being here, Trish in Victoria, Kathy in Colorado, Linda in Orcas Island, Storm in Massachusetts. And page 2, Kat Cox in Vermont. Hello. I don't know if I've ever seen you in person, Kat. Nice to see you. Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Nancy in Washington State, Gary in Massachusetts, Marcia in Ontario. Have a wonderful day, all of you. Louise in the UK, Jamie Dundas, Cliff in Vermont, Harriet in Chicago, and the Curly Tops. Have a wonderful day, Curly Tops. Anna in Cambridge. I don't know what you're showing there, but it looks very exciting. Oh, it's a birthday cake. Anna in Cambridge, Massachusetts. LMG in Connecticut. And finally, Elizabeth in California. Have a wonderful, blessed day. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Bye for now.